Do you consider a car's look when deciding which new car to buy? This is a personal preference, but I would rather have a vehicle focused on fuel efficiency and, most importantly, running costs. More and more people are also moving towards economic and fuel-efficient cars. But what are the most economic and fuel-efficient cars out there that will save you the big dollars? Let's find out. Well, first on this list is the Toyota Prius hatchback. The Toyota Prius is a hybrid car with a difference. And what I mean by difference is that the petrol and electric motors combine to provide fuel economy for distances up to 100 miles. Something that many petrol-only vehicles can only dream of. It's comfortable, smooth, and quiet, and looks good too. It's easily the best car we've tested and one of the most remarkable cars on sale today. The petrol engine is conventional, with spark plugs, pistons, a cylinder head, and so on, and burns petrol to create power. The electric motor, however, has no moving parts and no fuel. Instead, it's powered by electricity, and the energy generated is converted from direct current to alternating current and fed to the starter motor. If you want a car that costs less to run than a regular car and is more fuel efficient, the Prius is the obvious choice, but it takes some getting used to. It is a little more sluggish to respond than a regular car, and when pressed for speed, it takes a while before it picks up. However, once you're used to the Prius's gentle, undemanding acceleration, it's a good car. The gear change is light and precise, and the car handles beautifully. And if you're worried about the emissions, don't be. The Prius is so good that the figures quoted for CO2 are not far off the mark. Ford Fiesta hatchback. The new Ford Fiesta may not look radically different from its predecessors, but under the skin, there's a host of changes. The EcoBoost engine is the most powerful engine yet, but if you don't want to be seen in one, there's a petrol version, the 1.5-liter TDCi unit, and a 1.3-liter diesel. The 1.5-liter diesel is the most economical, but there's a 1.3-liter diesel available with the same 94 bhp output. The Fiesta has a longer wheelbase than before, meaning legroom in the rear is improved. Boot space too is up by 100 liters to 505 liters, which compares favorably with its main rivals. The 1.3-liter diesel is the softest engine at idle, taking 20 seconds to reach 3,000 RPM, while the 1.5-liter diesel feels quicker. The 1.0-liter EcoBoost petrol is the slowest. Our test car was the top-of-the-range Z-Tech model, which cost £18,625, including VAT. It's well equipped with 17-inch alloy wheels, cruise control, automatic lights and wipers, climate control, and a leather-trimmed steering wheel and gear knob, and remote central locking. The Fiesta EcoBoost petrol version gets a combined fuel consumption figure of just 52.7 MPGe. That's a lot better than the diesel version. The vehicle's 1.6-liter petrol engine is very lively and pulls strongly from low revs, while the 6-speed gearbox is slick and responsive, but it feels more fun, partly because it has more steering. Fiesta's large, stiff wheels and tires make it more stable in the corners. The Fiesta suspension is tuned to be softer and more comfortable, and though the engines are noisy, they are not so loud as to be unpleasant. Next, we have the Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid. The Ioniq comes in two trim levels, SE and Limited, and both can be optioned up with alloy wheels, sat-nav, rear parking sensors, cruise control, and leather seats. The standard specifications includes a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, Bluetooth, cruise control, dual-zone climate control, voice commands, a reversing camera, rear parking sensors, and a 6-speaker stereo with digital radio. The Ioniq's 1.6-liter petrol engine and 39 bhp electric motor produce a combined output of 139 bhp and 197 pound-foot of torque. And there's the option of a 6-speed manual gearbox. It is classed as a green car because, in hybrid form, it emits just 97 grams per kilometer of CO2, although its official combined fuel economy figure of 56.2 MPG is some way short of the 83.4 MPG figure provided by a Toyota Prius. Hyundai claims an Ioniq can achieve a real-world economy figure of 65.5 MPG. Believe it or not, you can get the Ioniq Hybrid for as cheap as £21,410. A new hybrid model may make sense for a car company, mainly if it sells well, but for Hyundai, it also helps to demonstrate its technological prowess to other manufacturers. That technological prowess is revealed by the Ioniq's built-in smarts, which make it an extremely fuel-efficient car and a very cheap one to run. The Ioniq's combination of a 1.6-liter petrol engine and a 34-kilowatt electric motor can produce 134 horsepower and 295 pound-foot of torque, which is enough to whisk the car to 62 miles per hour in just 8.1 seconds, and onto a top speed of 117 miles per hour. Skoda Octavia hatchback. In some ways, the Octavia is almost like a super mini. It offers more space for its passengers, and while still relatively compact, is significantly bigger than the similarly sized Renault Clio. The Octavia has an attractive, contemporary-looking design, which doesn't sacrifice its hatchback practicality. The boot is impressively large and is easily accessed thanks to its wide opening and full-width doors. There's plenty of rooms to head for the back of the car as well, and the seatbacks fold to give a flat load area. The Octavia comes with a wide range of engines and transmission options. The entry-level 1.2-liter 109 bhp petrol engine and 1.6-liter 120 bhp diesel engine are adequate for a daily driver, but those who want more performance can opt for the Skoda Octavia VRS. This car has a 2.0-liter petrol engine with 228 bhp, which rockets to 62 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds. The Octavia VRS also gets stiffer suspension, larger brakes, a lowered ride, 18-inch alloy wheels, and sportier styling inside and out. Step inside and you'll find a Recaro sports seat, a leather-wrapped steering wheel and gear stick, red brake calipers, and a performance steering wheel. The Octavia VRS is a fantastic piece of kit, but it's a bit more expensive and might not be the best choice if you have a large family or lots of luggage. For a family car, on the other hand, the Skoda Octavia is an excellent option. The Octavia IV130 TDI is the most frugal of Skoda's range, with a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder turbo diesel engine producing 110 bhp and 236 pound-foot of torque. The Octavia 1.6 TSI 190 with a 190 bhp and 250 pound-foot of torque is the most potent model in the range, with a claimed economy of 63.9 MPGe and CO2 emissions of 114 grams per kilometer. In April, Skoda released its first plug-in hybrid. The Octavia PHEV, with a claimed range of 40 miles, can switch between electric and petrol power and emit just 59 grams per kilometer CO2. The Octavia's heated front seats, dual-zone climate control, 17-inch alloy wheels, and automatic emergency city braking make it a reasonably comfortable motorway cruiser. The boot, meanwhile, is cavernous, with 550 liters of space, and with all the seats up, it can swallow 1,600 liters. The Octavia is a well-built car that handles well, and it's well-equipped in every variant, but from a price perspective, it's more expensive than rivals such as the Audi A3 and Volkswagen Golf. The interior is modern, and with the addition of the 8.8-inch touchscreen infotainment system, quite high-tech, though the infotainment system itself isn't quite as intuitive as you might imagine. And last but not least, the Kia Niro SUV. The Kia Niro shares its underpinnings with the Hyundai Ioniq and Toyota Prius Prime, but it's more SUV-like than those cars. Its squared-off styling, high ride height, and wide tracks make it look more like a crossover than a hatchback. The Niro is 16.4 feet long and 5.9 feet tall, with a 6.9-foot wheelbase and a curb weight of 3,202 pounds. Its engine is a 1.6-liter 4-cylinder unit that puts out 139 horsepower and 127 pound-feet of torque. Kia says its Niro hybrid has a fuel economy rating of 53 MPG city, 53 MPG highway, and 52 MPG combined. A 5-speed automatic transmission is standard on the Niro hybrid, while a 6-speed manual is standard on the Niro EV. All-wheel drive is optional on the hybrid, typical on the Niro EV. The Niro comes in LX, EX, SX, and EX Premium trims. All have power windows, door locks, side mirrors, air conditioning, cruise control, Bluetooth, and a 6.5-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The LX has a 6-inch touchscreen, while the EX and the SX have a 7-inch system. A 4.3-inch driver information display is standard on the LX and EX, while navigation is standard on the SX and EX Premium. The Kia Niro is the most economical car on sale in the UK, claiming 58.3 MPG for the hybrid model. The Niro's running costs are impressive too. At £19 a year for road tax, it's cheaper than all but 7 other petrol cars. And running costs are only one factor. You also need to consider additional running costs such as insurance, servicing, and petrol. But running costs are only one factor. You also need to consider additional running costs such as insurance, servicing, and petrol. If you can charge at home, the Niro's running costs are impressive, with CO2 emissions of 74 grams per kilometer, making it the cheapest hybrid car on sale. However, the Niro hybrid range is only 80 miles, so you'll need a charging point at home or work. Although it might seem like you're spending a lot of money on purchasing one of these bad boys, you'll get your return of investment quicker than you imagine. So, which car fits you best? Let me know, and thanks for watching.